Blizzard released a Classic Plus survey, apparently, which is quite interesting, obviously, because we don't have a BlizzCon this year, but next year, 2026, there's a BlizzCon coming, and a lot of the speculations that I've heard from everybody is that they're going to be announcing, obviously, Classic Plus, and something similar to that, right? So, they released this survey. Been seeing some talk about Classic Plus, but no one seems to have posted this survey they did about that. Huge list of possible features they were talking about here. So, we'd like to ask you what kinds of features you'd like to see in a hypothetical version of Classic World of Warcraft. We're testing multiple concept ideas that have come from many different places, including from prior survey feedback like yours. Not all of the ideas you see are actually under consideration at this time, but your feedback on them helps us understand what gamers like you would like to see from World of Warcraft Classic, and sometimes, even more importantly, what you wouldn't like to see. Yeah, almost that's more important, honestly, what they wouldn't like to see. We asked that you keep everything on this survey confidential, so we can continue to ask players. Yeah, so we're gonna continue to ask gamers the experience. Yeah, it's very confidential, by the way. That's absolutely fantastic. Alright, let's take a look at this together, chat. Just keep it between us, okay? So, feature playable shamans on the Alliance side. The introduction of Shaman class to the Alliance. I feel like whenever you talk about Classic Plus, this is like a... It's like a thing that a lot of people like disagree on. Me personally, I'm towards the idea that like we shouldn't, because I kind of like that there's a little bit of a difference between Horde and Alliance, and there's like good and bad things about choosing them, right? And then you kind of like pick your poison in a way. Would it kind of ruin... Oh, there's a little freaking flying thing in here. I think I got it. Would it be like a deal breaker for me if they added this? No, not really. It wouldn't. I wouldn't be super bothered for it. But I think I like that each faction is unique. So I would lean towards no. Collections. An UI-based storage system for pets, mounts, and toys to free up inventory space. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this. Generally speaking, I think it's... I don't know. It's... like having your pets and your mount, it's not like a super big like deal to me. Yo, it's awesome, Amagosh. What's up, bro? It's good. Yeah, it's like I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's cool, but if you have a little tab where you can go for your pets and your mounts and stuff like that, it would be okay. I wouldn't be super against it. It's handy. I wouldn't be really... honestly, I'm a little bit indifferent. I'm a little bit indifferent. If they added, would I use it? Yeah, I mean, of course. If they didn't add it and they just kept it like in your bags, would that be fine too? Yeah, it would be fine too. Not really a big... I wouldn't really be super against it. A big part of the classic experience is the bag sorting. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Okay, account-wide collections, making all pets, mounts, and toys available on all characters. I don't like this, personally. I quite like in Vanilla WoW that like whatever you collect on your character is like what you have on your character. So like if you get Scarab Lord, it's kind of weird seeing someone with Scarab Lord on like the whole account, and they, you know, like when you get Scarab Lord, you get it on that character. That's the Scarab Lord. You don't get it on like all your accounts and all your alts and everything. If you get a High Warlord, rank 11, right? You get the Black War Raptor. You have the Black War Raptor on the guy you earned it. I do not like this personally. 1v1 duel arenas. The ability to go into a special dueling arena for 1v1 contests that are viewable by spectators. I kind of like that, actually. I love duels. I love 1v1s. I used to play on a server called Henhouse, which was a private server made specifically for like arenas, like Vanilla WoW arenas actually, and PvP and duels. Fucking loved it. It is one of my favorite things in Vanilla. Why not just duels then? Because in duels, you don't get the resets of your cooldown, and you gotta do a duel. Oh, let me wait for prep. Oh, let me wait for, you know, let me wait for ice block. Let me wait for this. It's like an option. You go in and you get all your cooldowns and you send it, right? I really like this, personally. I think it's cool. New player character models. No. I don't think this belongs in Classic. Personally, I kind of like the models as they are. I think they have the charm, and I think they look like they should. I think the old models, for me, is vanilla. That's it, okay? In-game events. Small events that offer different small quests and casual gameplay around the world. These would release between large updates. Huge yes for this. For me. I think this would be really fun if done correctly. I like the thing that they did with like the Ashenvale stuff, where there was like a big event in Ashenvale, you know, to a certain degree as well. The Stranglethorn event as well. Like, I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be cool. Incursions, let's not talk about those. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, it'd be cool. Pet battles, I am gonna battle your pet, okay? No, we're not doing any pet battles.
Why?
No pet battles. If you want to go play Pokemon, install Pokemon.
Why? But it doesn't hurt you by being in the game, though.
It bothers me.
Why?
It just bothers me.
It literally doesn't affect you.
If
you don't want to do it, you don't have to.
Yeah, but it bothers me, and I want to share my opinion on it, and it bothers me. I don't like it. Personally, no pet battles, but I like the idea of new content, new zone things, new stuff to do in the world. Huge yes. Amazing. Pet battles. Oh, that's why you said it, because that's the next one. Pet battles. Collect pets from the game world and have them compete head-to-head in other pet battles. I don't know. Listen, guys. Would it ruin the game for me if they added it? No. Would I like it if they added it? No. I don't. No. I'm not a big fan, personally. Okay? Quagon says more events and make yearly rollout for Scarab Lord and Scourge Evasions. Perhaps. Perhaps. It would ruin it all. I'm not a big fan, personally. Leveling profession improvements. Ability to make more usable gear for yourselves as you level and be able to craft it at level-appropriate trade skill levels. This could be good if done well. This could be good if done well. It's weird, because I don't really know what this entails. If it would mean like a more in-depth profession system and like more things to add to the profession system, yeah, it could be cool. But it's a hesitant yes, I think. You know? Because there are some professions that are like kind of selfless professions where you can't really do much for yourself. And it would be cool to have those professions be a little bit more that way as well. But it's a yes. Yeah, I guess. Would be cool. Yeah. Ish, yeah. New class abilities and spells. Brand new class abilities and or unique to this version of Classic. Yes, to a certain degree. I don't think they should go in the direction of Sod, where it's like a buttload of new spells and like tons of shit, like amazing, like so much stuff. But if there's a few things, a few new things that they add, and I must emphasize few. I think this could be kind of cool, but it really depends. It really does. Balance things, don't add new stuff. It's a snowball effect. It is a very snowball effect. I am personally not a huge fan of all the Wrath and Kata abilities that we got added to Sod. I think Sod as a whole was a success, but I think they went too extreme with customizing all the classes to an extreme. Maybe like fiddling a little bit with the talent system, maybe making a few of the specs more viable in some way, but don't make it extreme, right? If they add a few things here and there, sure. But not apart from that. Just being more RTS spells here and there, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit, because the power creep was too crazy in Sod. So yeah, yes, but I'm a bit torn on this one, okay? Just, yeah, that's it. What if they added 5 more talent points? That would actually change a lot if you added 5 more talent points. I don't know. I don't know how they would do it. Maybe they would have to... I don't know if they should add more talent points. I don't know if they should add some stuff to the talent trees. Maybe they should change a few spells. Maybe add a few spells to some classes. I don't know. Perhaps, right? Yeah. Even adding... Dude, yeah, even adding 1 talent point would fucking change a lot, actually. Because it would give you a whole row of, like, a new thing you could click. Pretty nuts. Toggleable old or modern 3Ds could work. I just don't think they should add it. Maybe, okay, I might just be an old, angry person, Eric, but I don't think they should add it. What's up, Nutrium? It looks evil, because it is. Alright, next page. Wow, this is a lot more than I thought. Holy shit. Honor rewards redesign. Move honor rewards away from the original WoW model and towards more seasonal model, where new honor rewards are added to coincide with new PvE raid tier updates. I don't know. It's a bit of a slippery slope as well. It's like... It depends on how they want to do the content. If they do like a Classic Plus, right? Will it be will it be the same similar fashion to SOD, where the power creep will be that freaking crazy? I don't know. I think that they should more so add the add new zones, add new dungeons, and then work from there. It could be interesting if they reworked it, yes, but it highly depends on how they would do it. How are you doing? I'm doing great, kind of trader. I'll get anyone's. Oh, I see the next one. So like this one is a bit. Yeah, it could work depending on how they do the rest of the content. WoW token. A secure and convenient way for players to exchange gold for game time or Battle.net balance. I like how they put it in like the most positive way possible.
They're adding it. They're 100%
Yeah,
adding it. That sounds like it's already in, and they're just making people like, oh guys, this is a good thing.
I love that it's like a nice and easy, convenient way to exchange currency in the game. Guys, it's good. No, I don't think they should add WoW token, okay? Like, I mean, I don't know. At that point, just unban GDKPs, okay? Like, just fucking remove, just make GDKPs legal again if you want to go down that route, okay? Ultimately, it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of WoW token. WoW token has a space, I feel like, in retail at this point. I suppose it's become kind of like a big part of it, but I don't think it fits in Classic. Class talent adjustments. Streamlining and improving class talent trees to make weaker specializations and classes more viable, while still maintaining the overall feel and flow of Classic combat. Yes. But it depends on how they do it. I'm more of a fan at this, the class, over this. I think I would rather have them not do new class abilities and spells at all, and just change this. Right, like add like some new talents that could make, you know, Boomkin more viable or Retribution Paladin more viable, so they don't have to put on the dress. Like, tweak it a bit, right? Tweak it a bit and maybe add like a few spells, like 1 or 2 spells. Because even, dude, even adding, if you just gave Retribution Paladins Crusader Strike, it changes the whole thing. If you give Shamans the ability to dual wield and like a double attack Storm Strike, that's fucking sick, right? You don't need a lot to make it interesting, because the game is interesting as it is. What would be cool for Classic Plus, in my opinion, would be slight variations in like the current classes and make them more viable or more unique or interesting, and then adding new content for zones or quest lines or dungeons or raids or something like that. That's what I would like, personally. Account-wide perks and progression systems. A system that allows you to gather points and spend them on account-wide bonuses such as quality of life and convenience, encouraging players playing alts or specializing in specific activities. I'm gonna say no, just by the way I'm reading this. I don't like that. I kind of like in vanilla that like you have your character and your character is your progression. Right, and if you want to make an alt, you can have a new character, right? I like that. So I don't think so. No, I'm gonna say no, but it depends, right? It sounds not good to me. Playable High Elves. That's a very unique one. Playable High Elf race for the Horde and the Alliance. That's actually kind of interesting. I kind of like that. No, yeah, I like that. I think that's cool. High Elves are actually in Vanilla WoW. If you go to Eastern Plaguelands, there's High Elves. There's also a few other zones there's High Elves. There's one in Ashara. And a few other zones too. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, I think High Elves could be sick. I don't know if they should make it Horde or Alliance. I think they should make it specific to one of the races and then give the other race something else. Give Hordes Ogres or Goblins. Yeah, like give something to the Alliance and something to the Horde, but not the same. Because they are not the same. Ogres could be so sick, man. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Revisiting known but unexplored zones. Visiting zones that were part of Warcraft history but never playable in original World of Warcraft. Mount Hyjal, Uldum, Gilneas, etc. Big yes. Yes, 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 please. I think this is what most people that would like Classic Plus would like. This, like, it's like big this, like big revisiting, big High Elves, big class talent adjustment. Like, those are like the things that could be interesting. This is what I think would be awesome about it. Player housing. I don't know. Why? I don't think it needs it in Classic Plus. Personally, I don't know. I don't think it needs it. Honestly, they're adding it to retail. That's kind of badass. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't care for it. That's fair. That's fair, Amadeus. I don't know. I'm like, would I get really pissed if they added it? No, not really, I guess. But it's not. I don't really think it needs it. But who knows? I don't know. I wouldn't be angry if they added it. It wouldn't like make me do an angry Reddit post about it. Achievements. I don't know. Achievements. Yeah, I'm thinking, and I'm like, I guess, yeah, could be kind of fun. But I do think if they added achievements, I don't think it should be like, oh, you get a new mount if you collect this many achievements. Oh, you get a new title if you do this. No, I think it should be purely like just like a thing you can do for fun. I don't think it should be like oh, you get rewards by doing achievements. I don't think they should do that. Titles would be the only thing I would like. Like feats of strength or titles. Titles would be cool, I guess. Yeah, I suppose that's it, right? That's it. But no mounts, no like collectible pets, no stuff like that. It just, yeah. But apart from that, I'm not. Yeah, actually, I think it'd be kind of cool. I had to think a bit about it because I didn't really know if I liked it or not. It's crazy how WoW is going 100% down the OSRS and RuneScape 3 path because that's what fucking works, I guess. I mean, that's why we're testing. Dude, I'm about to jump into OSRS today. Ability, cross-realm play. Oh, ability to group with friends from other realms for dungeons, battlegrounds, and other instant activities. I kind of like that, like, you're on your realm, and, like, whenever you're playing on your server, that's, like, your server, right? But it does add a little bit of a, question with, like, oh, what if your server dies, and, like, you know, you have no one to play with and nothing to do. And it's kind of like a problem with that. So, it's like, it could fix a lot of those issues, because I think there is a lot of FOMO, or like, I guess FOMO, where people are afraid of choosing the wrong realm, because they are afraid of it dying off and they have no one to play with, right? I like mega realms. I think that's good. Whenever you have like just one big PvE server, one big PvP, right? And you crank it. I like that. You know, thank you for the sub, by the way, Goots sorry. So I do like that. They just copied Turtle WoW. Turtle WoW has High Elves, Gilneas, Hyjal, and the rest. Well, Turtle WoW copied World of Warcraft because those things are in World of Warcraft, right? So, I mean, High Elves are in WoW. It's not like if they, you know, copying that. But I do think I do think that it's smart from Blizzard to take ideas from private servers and see what works and what doesn't, and then implement them in their own ways. Because essentially that's what they did from Nostalrius and all those other servers, guys. That's why we even have Classic WoW. I mean, that's what Blizzard does best, right? They like, you know, yoink and like Blizzify it. But, not necessarily against this. I think this could work, cross-realm play, because it would definitely remove a lot of the FOMO with that, so that's good. Man, talking about, dude, I'm such a WoW Andy, dude. Whenever I start talking about these things, it makes me, I'm a freak, dude. I don't know, am I ever gonna, like, quit this game? A mega server with PvP switch mode? That could work. Yeah. Honor system redesign. A ground-up redesign of the honor system, removing the hard honor cap, making the system more evergreen and continually engaging. Depends. I do think the original, like, honor system is kind of fucked with how it was. I mean, obviously they changed it now, so, like, you see rank 14s everywhere. I do think that the honor system should be a grind. I really think it should be. Depends on how they do it, but this could definitely work, for sure. I don't think that the fix that they did with it was, like, necessarily the best one. So if they could somehow change this and make it different, yeah. I think that could be cool. War mode. As an alternative to PvP servers, this mode will allow you to opt into PvP in the open world via a toggle in the main faction cities. I don't think we need this, really, because essentially that's what a PvE server is. A lot of people have this like, I don't. It's like people are afraid of PvE servers. Like, oh, it's like, oh, if you're a pussy, right? But PvE servers are essentially like you run around in the open world. You can't attack each other. If you type /PvP, you turn on your PvP, right? And then it turns off after 5 minutes if you turn it off again. It essentially is war mode. But, you know, obviously, you can't be on the cool PvP server then, right? So, I think just PvP server, PvE server is fine. It's not the same. It's pretty close. It's pretty close to being the same. War mode, you gotta go to your major city, you toggle war mode. When you go out, you can fight people in war mode. If you don't have war mode on, you can't PvP. PvE servers, the only place you will be toggled for PvP on a PvE server is if you go to a major city. That's it. If you go to an opposite faction major city, that's the only forced toggle PvP. Yeah. The main difference is war mode gave benefits, PvP flag doesn't. I don't know. I don't think it needs it, but I can see why people would want it. Would I be angry if they added war mode? No, not really. It wouldn't really do... I mean, I would use it, probably, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big proponent for either. I don't think it needs it, because you can just go PvE server. Brand new zones. Completely new playable areas with unique lore added to Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. Big yes! Imagine you go down to Booty Bay, and there's like a new island behind the big goblin statue, and then you can explore, and there's like pirates and like alcoves, or like there's a new cave system with like a new dungeon. Dude, that would be so sick. There's also like, if you go back into Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2 and stuff like that, there is a lot of like, in the old maps, there is a lot of zones in the game that like never made it to World of Warcraft, and they can utilize those zones to like make new content, you know? Like, oh my god, we finally get to visit this area, we finally get to go here that I've seen in Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2, right? Like, that would be fucking sick, dude. Hello? Yes, big yes. Awesome, that would be awesome. Thank you for the sub, by the way. They should also re-implement some Cataclysm sub-zones like Shore and Blasted Lands, etc. Yeah, that could be cool too. New 20-player raids and new 40-player raids. Yes. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I would love to see new raids. This was the biggest thing for SOD that I think was cool. Like, you know, the... I did enjoy the reimagined dungeons to raids, like Blackfeather Depths and Nomor and all those things, but the big things was like, dude, the Demonfall Canyon. I wasn't a big fan of Demonfall Canyon, but I thought it was cool. New fucking dungeon. Yeah, sick. Karasan. Amazing.
I'm subbed. When do I get my GuzuTV bathwater?
Yo, Real Creepy Cat, thank you for the 3 months. You need to be 69 subbed. Creepy paid. Thank you so much for the sub. Also, like, Karasan and, like, Scarlet Enclave, freaking awesome. At some point, guys, I am gonna, like, have a SOD character and, like, do the Scarlet Enclave to be able to get my boost for mob and stuff like that. But I'll probably do that in a few weeks. But I do want to have a character and, like, run through the experience to do the raids, right? But that'll be in a little while from now. But yeah, big W for this. I think that'd be cool. Opai, what's up, man? Graphical improvements to lighting, shadow, and surface reflections. Using modern technology to improve the lighting engine in the game for more realistic lights, shadows, and reflections on surfaces like water and glass. I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah, I guess. As long as it doesn't, like, ruin the aesthetic of the game. Yeah, I think it's cool. Because, like, it's a slider. You can just turn it off if you don't really want it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's fine. If they add something like that to improve the graphical for the shadows and stuff, I don't mind it. I think it's okay. No problem with it whatsoever. Yeah, cool stuff. But yeah, I am gonna probably check out the SOD stuff in a few weeks. Like, do some SOD stuff and prep up for mob. I'm a little bit of a crossroads with what I should do. If I should have a mob character on the NA server with Savix and all those guys, or if I should have it on EU. My only problem with the NA stuff is that they raid very late in the evening, which I am not a huge fan of. But I have a few weeks to think about that. But in a few weeks from now, I'll probably, like, have a little SOD character. I'll go through the raids, like Scarlet Enclave and stuff like that. We'll have that experience for the first time. And then I'm gonna have, like, a mob character ready to do that. NA with the boys sounds fun. It does. But I hate late raids. Because like we raid at 9 p.m. and we're done at 1 a.m. and like the next morning I'm fricked up. We'll see. New battleground. Ashara. If they do this, they better do Ashara, bro. That's the big thing, dude. They canceled Ashara battleground, dude. That was supposed to be like, you know, Altric Valley and all that stuff. Yes, I think this could be really good. Oh, I skipped 2. You're right. Wow, new trade skills, new primary and secondary professions. Yes, this could be interesting. Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, sure. Yeah, could be cool. Yeah, jewelry, whatever the heck. Like, I don't know, could be cool. Using modern technology to improve the fidelity of textures used on classic art assets. Hire Tom Keck. Hire Tom Keck to do it if you want to do it. But if they do this, they have to do it right? Because it's a slippery slope of like, okay, well now we're upscaling the weapons, now we're upscaling this. Oh, we might as well do the models as well, you know? And it's like a slippery slope. So it's like yes, but no. I don't know. I like this. I like this more than that. Right? I think this is more than this, if that makes sense. New race and class combinations. New race class combinations, including those who've never seen in Warcraft. Sure. Would be cool to be like an undead hunter or a human hunter. Or something like that. Yeah. As long as they don't go silly with it, I think. You know what I mean? As long as it's like, okay, it still makes sense that this... Like, I don't want to see a Tauren rogue. No, I don't. Guys, I really don't want to see a Tauren rogue. I don't think they should go silly. Right? But I think this could go... Yeah, dude, an orc mage. Yeah, fuck yeah. An orc mage could be so cool. For sure, yeah. They shouldn't go silly, right? But... Yeah. New class. Character classes that are completely new to any version of World of Warcraft. Not Death Knights, Monks, Demon Hunters, Evokers, etc. Oh, this is... I don't know, dude. This highly depends on a lot of things. This would be interesting, but that's I don't know. Only if it's inspired by the RTS. This is one of those, yeah, I agree, guys. If they do it right, it's really good. If they do it bad, it's really shit. Necromancer, Tinkerer. Yeah, like something that fits in the world. Shadow Hunter. Yeah, Necromancer, Tinkerer, Shadow Hunter. Blade Master? Holy shit. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, could be cool. Next. Alright, we're almost done, guys. New class combinations, new class. 10-player raids. I don't see why not. Yeah, I don't see why not. Karasan and TPC is one of the best raids ever. 10-man raid. Fucking awesome. Why not? Yeah. I think that's cool. Being able to like do something with a fewer amount of people and like have it be fun is definitely very nice. UBRS is fun. Yeah, dude, that's good. Cross realm guilds. It depends if they do the previous one with the cross realm play. So that's like it kind of goes into that one. All right. I don't know. It depends on what they do with the previous one. You know, not sure. I don't know. I don't know. Depends. Transmogrification. No. No. I don't think this fits in Classic. I don't think it does. I like that you look how you look. Your gear is what you have. That's it. In retail and after Kata, it's a big part of the game. And a lot of people play it for that. And that's fine. I don't think it fits in Classic though. Playable Paladins on the Horde side. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm a bit more of like a purist that some people are. Obviously, I know some people wouldn't mind it at all, like undead paladins and like Alliance has shamans, hordes have paladins. I kind of like that it's like unique to the factions if they have like a specific class that like makes that faction unique, because it's a big part of like what makes it what it is, right? You know, the Alliance have the blessings and the hordes has the totems. So I prefer it like that. Yeah, I know some people will probably like it, but I think so. I don't care for the faction imbalance anymore. I don't know. I kind of like having it. I don't know. And it also, like, it changes a lot how the game works when you have both paladins and shamans. Like, it's really, like, it's a lot. They would, if they did that, they would probably have to nerf something. Because, like, imagine having totems and blessings. That's fucked up. That's so much. Is the real Guzu? Yes, hi. I don't know. I don't think they should do it personally, but maybe some of you guys disagree. You might. Different raids for each faction? No, I don't think it needs different raids. Dude, like, you have Salvation, you have Windfury, you have Blessing of Might, Blessing of Kings, you have freaking Strength of Earth, you have Grace of Air. Like, bro, it's like, what the fuck? It sucks feeling forced to play a certain faction because you want to play a class. I see that, but I kind of, maybe it's like the RPG feel of it, that like, Horde is like the shamans and the Alliance is the paladins. I like that. It sucks that you can't play that on the, but I like it. I just like it. You know? Yeah, I definitely do think if I want to add one more to this, it would be the dungeons. I don't know if they touched on that a little bit, but definitely adding new dungeons would be a huge plus for me. Yeah, if they added dungeons, that'd be amazing. Super cool, actually. There's one more screenshot. Oh yeah, there is. There's one final screenshot. You're right. Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay. Regardless of which version of WoW is your current main version, what version of WoW do you think will become your main version in the future once Classic Mists of Pandaria ends? A Classic Era, a different version of Classic, Retail Modern WoW, Wrath of the Lich King Classic or other earlier Classic expansions, Classic Portals of Draenor, if it becomes available, a permanent Frozen Mists of Pandaria Classic Realm with no further updates. I do not plan on playing WoW after the end of Classic Mists of Pandaria. I like how they actually added an option for that. I mean, realistically for me, I think if they actually did a Classic Plus, that's what I would play. Am I crazy? The dollar screen on YouTube, never being on computer? Wait, what? You know, I think that's what I would do. I don't know how you guys feel about Mob. I think for me, Mob is like a thing. I don't know how I feel about Mob. I never really played it. I don't really have a big attachment to it. I assume I'll probably play it for a few weeks and then have fun with it and then kind of like either raid log or stop. You know? I assume that's what's gonna happen for me. I'm gonna probably have a lot of fun for a few weeks, really enjoy myself, have a good time, do dungeons, do a raid, and then like, you know, just stop playing maybe. And that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the people that will enjoy Mob a lot will be the arena players, but I would say for me, it would probably be... I don't know. For WoW, it would probably be like this for the first one. Like, that would be my main thing, right? And then, I mean, maybe some, like, retail stuff whenever they do new retail things. Because checking it out. And then maybe, like, like these three here. You know? Something like that. I think so. You'll be a full-time OSRS streamer by then? You think so? Maybe. What about Classic VOD? I don't know, man. I mean, Classic VOD? Honestly, the VOD leveling experience is pretty good. And apparently they have pretty decent raids, but I just don't have good memories with VOD at all, apart from the leveling. That's it. Regardless, that's that, guys. I mean, we're gonna have this obviously on the GuzuTV channel as well. So people leaving some comments in the YouTube chat, let me know what you guys think about this. What you think is good, what you think is bad, what you disagree with, what you agree with, and yeah, let me know, because this is actually quite an interesting talk, especially going into a potential Classic Plus. If they do one, I assume it's gonna be announced at BlizzCon next year. But yeah, let me guys know what you think on YouTube as well.